Hi, my name is Rosie Coronado, and today I will show you how you can simplify your customization in Beas with the B1 Usability Extension. The B1 Usability Extension is included in the B1 Usability Package. What is the B1 Usability Package? The B1 Usability Package, also known as B1 Up, is a simple SAP Business One add-on which allows you to customize SAP Business One for your needs. You can tell the system your rules and design the screens to your needs. This will help you to save lots of time and be more productive. Today we will cover some features you can also do on certain Beas screens if you have the B1 Usability Package. Let's start with the buttons. We call it easy access. You can create buttons on the Beas screen and can attach like SQL reports, scripts, or print macros, external launchers, templates in a very simple way. You will save lots of clicks because it's very straightforward. You name the button what it is, and the user can just click on it, and it has the report or whatever it is right at their fingertips. So let's go into SAP Business One and let me show it to you. So if I go here, let me show you really quick the add-on. I go to Add-on Manager, you see I have the Usability Package connected, and I also have Beas Manufacturing connected. If I go to the Usability Package folder and open up the configuration screen, you see right here I have the Beas Usability Extension active. Now you're ready to use it. So if I go, let's go into the item report. If I open up my item report, you see I have already buttons up here and on the side. And those were created with the B1 Usability Extension. Right here, if I click on this one, it gives me all the items without stock, which I don't have any. This one gives me the items with stock. This is my default view when I logged in. And right here, for example, I have a button and I say click on work orders. It gives me the work orders for this item. You see the item right here, it's A11896. If I go right here, this is what I have highlighted. I have a button here, let's say you want to print the label right now. It opens up a crystal report. I put in the pallet number, I put in the batch number and the quantity and click start, and the label will come up. And you see again, here is my item. Of course, I have the item mapped to the with my print macro, and everything else I entered in my parameters will come up. So this is what we talk about when we say easy access. Okay, so how do you do a button? I'm going to right click and I'm clicking on that fourth icon, which is the Beas Usability Extension icon, and I click on Edit Function button. So here you see the Functions button I already have, we looked at. And you see right here, the three of them I have on top, the other ones on the right. So I can do it, I can make it as a right click, or I can do it, I can put them on the bottom. So let's put them also to the right, those three. I just want you to see how simple it is. I'm going to put them to the right because I just like them better there. And I click Refresh Window. And you're going to see them moving over to the right by itself. Here they are. So I'm going back to the Item Placement tool. And you see right on top, it says for which users is this design. So you can do a design buttons, for example, in this case, for certain users. And then maybe you do different buttons, shortcuts, right clicks for other users. So you have the flexibility to do so. So let's create a button. And I will explain all those fields in more detail in different videos, okay? Today I just want you to get a good idea what you can do with the B1 Usability Extension, which is part of the B1 Usability Package, okay? So let's create a button really quick though. I'm gonna click Add Raw, and let's call it, I'm gonna call it Batch. And then I'm gonna have it active in the add mode, update mode, OK mode. We're gonna leave everything as it is. I just want you to see how simple it is. You can put an icon instead of a button. You can make it an icon if you would like, but we keep it just like it is. We just want to create a button. And what do you want to create? So if I click here, you see right here, those are my function, my list of function. You saw the print macros. The print macros come from Beas, and I just attached them to a button as you saw. Those are the templates. Here's my label, here's my templates, and then you can do Beas script, you can do a message, you can do a SQL report, whatever you need. I'm gonna click New, and we're gonna do a new one. So we are going to attach to this button a script, so it opens up another window. So the script opens up another window. So I'm gonna call this script open window. Oops, open window. And I'm going to say here my type is script. Then I'm going straight here, and it opens up the Beas script editor you might be familiar with. But I don't have any script experience, so I'm going to my assistant. This is new. I'm gonna click on Script Assistant, and all I have to say is, okay, open window. You have all those different commands, okay? So I'm clicking on Open Window, and it does the script for me, and all I have to tell it, what window do I want to open? And let's just do the batch number list for this example. It's right here on top. I'm going to click OK. I save and close it. I have no experience with script, so it did it for me, and I'm going to click Add. And if I go right here, it's in my list now. It should be open window. Here it is. So I'm going to highlight this one, and I'm going to click Transfer, and now it's attached to my new button. And you see I don't have anything here on the ID because it's going to get filled in once I click Update or a Refresh window. Refresh window keeps you in that, keeps the function button screen open, and Update would update the window, and then you click OK. I'm going to click Refresh. I want you to see the button coming in, and here it is. And again, when you click Refresh window, it's so nice because you still have the screen open if you need to change something. So here I created a button, Badge. I'm going to click on it, and it will open up the badge list for me, exactly what we told the script assistant. Okay, so hopefully this gives you an idea how you can design your screens to make it easier for the user, so they have everything at their fingertips. I'm gonna click out of here. I'm done with my function button right here. The next subject we're gonna cover is the item placement tool. With the item placement tool, you can redesign your screen in a very simple way without using any coding, or you don't need any developer experience. It is as simple as right-clicking and drag and drop. Of course, you can have several Windows configuration depending what users need. So for example, this group of users need a certain configuration on the item placement tool, and then another group of users maybe need to move other fields around. They want to have the screen design a little bit different, designed a little bit different. Just like you saw earlier with the function buttons, you can have create buttons for certain users and then different buttons for other users. So let's go into SAP Business One, and let's open up the item structure this time. And let me open up an item. And you see you have all those tabs and you have all those fields. So maybe there is some fields you don't use or you want to have it in a different area and so on. With the, let's start with this actually. You can also hide fields just by right clicking. You go to your B1 Usability Extension icon and you see right here, hide this item. And you will see it go away. There we go, it's gone. And remember earlier how the function button design screen came up? And it lets you stay in there, and this, the item placement tool, does the same thing. Okay, if you want to make an item read-only, you just right click on an item. Let's say I just gonna click on one and you say make this item read-only. And it does it for me. It's already done. And you see how it goes yellow? That means the screen is in design mode. I'm going to click refresh button because I want it to see the way I will be seeing it once I'm not in design mode. And if I go back to that screen, you see it right here. It's grayed out. It's read only. Okay. If you want to make a field mandatory, it's not a problem. You can go in here, right click on that field, go to the usability extension and say make this field mandatory. And here we go, it's in design mode. It fills it in for you. It does it all for you. That's how simple it is. I'm going to click refresh window and you see the item master data screen will come to the front for me to view it. So maybe you want to move some stuff around. So how are you going to do it? If you do it manually, or is there a simple way to do it? Yes, there is. I'm going to put the screen in design mode. I'm going to grab that field and I just move it down here. There we go. Then I'm going to grab the next one and I'm going to move it down here. And maybe I'm going to move this one over here. Just so you see it. And then, okay, so I like what I did, for example, and I'm going to click refresh window. And you see the item master is going to come to the front for me to review it. And it looks good. But then maybe you say, okay, actually I want the drawing number or the match code on the purchasing data or on a different tab. Okay, purchasing data tab, sales tab. So I just want you to see how simple it is. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to highlight. This is my drawing number. Let me move this over so we can see everything. And if I go right here, you see how it says it's on the general tab. So I'm going to switch it. Let's just switch it to purchasing tab. Okay. There we go. And if I click refresh window now, you will see once I get the item master data to the front, it's gone. Let's look over to the purchasing tab. And here it is. It puts it in the same position where I had it on the general tab. If I go back and set the screen to design mode, sorry, I still can grab it now and just put it over here. Of course, you have the flexibility still to move it around here. Okay, so I just want you to see how simple it is to hide fields, to make items read-only, or set fields mandatory, just by right-clicking on the field and tell it in the menu what you want to do. The next session we're going to cover is the additional UDFs. Okay, with the Beas usability extension, you can add additional UDFs. As you might know, in many areas you can have up to 4 UDFs in Beas, which are defined in the configuration wizard. With the B1 usability extension, you can add 11 more UDFs, which would give you a total up to 15. When Beas was born, SAP did not have any UDFs back then, so that's why there was only 4 added back then. But now with the usability extension, you can add 11 more, and I will show you how to do that. And it is actually done in the item placement tool feature we just saw. So let me go into SAP Business One. And let's go this time to the bill of material. I'm going to open up a bill of material. Actually, let me show you something else first. You know when you are in Beas and when you set it up under Configuration Wizard, Master Data, Bill of Material, the header, you see right here, those are the 4 UDFs I was talking about. Those are the ones you can set up already in Beas. But maybe you want extra information and so on. You can add it with the B1 Usability Extension. So just like you saw on the other screen, I right click on a field. I just want to see you. I have my menu available and I can say make this field mandatory, for example. And just like you saw earlier, the item placement tool will come up and it made this field mandatory. Now let's say I'm going to add a row and I'm going to look for my additional UDFs. And here they are. They start with 5 because you have 1 till 4 from the initial setup. But I want to add another UDF. I'm going to refresh the window and it sits it right here. But I don't want it there, of course. So I'm going to move this screen a little bit. And I'm going to grab this UDF and I'm going to bring it down. Didn't grab it good. I'm going to bring it down here. Didn't grab it very well. And I put it right here. There's my UDF. Okay? So I'm going to refresh the window. And you're like, okay, that looks good. And you see how if I go back to design mode, how you kind of can size it the way you want it. Okay? You decide what size you want it to be. Okay? And I didn't call it a name. I'm going to put in here UDF_5 and refresh the window and you will see it will put a name in there. Okay? So maybe you need some other UDFs. I'm going to click Add Raw and then I'm going to look for the next one. I'm going to use 6. Of course, that's my next in line. And I'm going to call it UDF_6 and here I'm going to refresh the window and you see it put it right under it. Okay, if I go back and let's say I'm saying this looks great to me, I'm going to do a couple more. I'm going to do 7. There is next one is 7 and I'm going to call it 7 and then I'm going to not going to go out. I'm going to go in there and do 8 also. Okay, I'm not going to refresh it, so I see 7 still here, but I know it's 8, and now I'm going to refresh the window. And here it is. So you have UDFs, and as I said, as you saw me drop and drag them, you can drop and drag them wherever you would like to, and you can also size the UDFs the way you want it. If you need one a little bit bigger, you just drag it right here, or of course right here on the item placement tool, you see like the position and the length and height. You can do it manually, but it's so much easier just with a drag and drop. I'm gonna click refresh my window and here they are my user defined fields. This one is a little bit bigger. It's whatever you need. The next feature we're gonna see is the validation system. With the validation system, you can validate your data in a very simple way by right-clicking and you tell the system what you would like to validate. Let me go in the system and show you. Unfortunately, I apologize, I only have one simple example, but I think it will give you a very good idea. Let's pull up the item structure window again. I'm going to choose an item and you will see that the fields we moved earlier are still in place. Okay, and now look at this. I'm going to click on the match code, the one I moved, and it says match code does not start with Boyum. So the mouse goes back and I'm going to click type in Boyum. If I click in there, it's okay. If I take out the M, for example, I get the message again. So I'm validating this field. It has to start with Boyum. How did I do that? Okay, I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna right click and I go to my Beas Usability Extension overview. And you see right here, that's my validation. And this is nice for you guys to see. If you right click and you go to Beas Usability Extension Overview, you see all the configuration you have done to this screen. I'm going to open up the validation one. That's the only one I have. I apologize. I'm sure there will be more to come and I will do a way more detailed video on it. Okay? I just want to keep it simple. I want you to have the idea what you can do with it. So you see right here, there's my information. This was all filled in because I right clicked on the match code and I choose just a click in the field. You have all these other events you can choose to validate your data. Okay. Then in my case, I have a SQL condition. You can have no condition and it's always running. You know, you validate the data all the time. But I have a condition. If the match code does not start with Boyum, I want it to trigger this. Okay? And if I click on here, let's look at this message, and I know it's this one, and this is exactly the message you saw. It's very simple, very straightforward. I just want you to get a good idea of what you can do. Okay? If I go, for example, here, you can say if and else statement, and it helps you. You have this assistant here. It fills everything in for you. You really just have to change very little to tell the SQL query what you want to do, what you want to check. Okay, or you can do a case statement. Okay, we try to make as much as possible automatic for you, and then you put this in, put in your information. Okay, and if you look at the one we just did, you see right here, all I had to do is like or not like Boyum, and then it took it. That's all I had to do and add my message down there. Okay, just imagine um, the fields you can validate to make sure the correct data is in the system, and that's all we want. We want correct data in the system to make sure we don't miss anything. So if you run reports or whatsoever, things are just right and you don't have to adjust constantly. Okay, so now you're wondering probably what else can I do with the B1 usability extension? Well, there is more to come, but with the B1 usability, with the add-on itself, you can do much more on the SAP screen, much, many other things you can do on the SAP screen, rather. Okay, you also can do your screen design. You can do a data search. It also comes with a beautiful dashboard. It comes with a beautiful dashboard, and you can build your own dashboards. Okay, and if I go back here, I'm gonna pull up the dashboards really quick, so you get that with the add-on. And we have I think about 8 predefined dashboards like purchasing, sales. You get dashboards with the add-on already, and then you can build your own. For example, this data comes from best manufacturing. Okay, there's overdue production, and then there's order statuses. Okay, I have nothing planned right now, but you can build your own dashboard, and you can include data from your manufacturing um, solution base. Okay, and let me show you on a different database what else you can do with the usability package. Okay, you see this screen, this sales order, all the buttons were done with the usability package. Like for example, here I have customer information on the sales order. This is really neat for the sales employees. A statistic report. Let's say I'm trying to put in this sales order, and then I have to always do an inventory transfer request because we have a shipping warehouse. You can just create a button and do the transfer request right here. So I just want you to see you can do so much more with the usability package. You can do, for example, discount. You see, I'm trying to give a 12% discount, a 15% discount. If I click add, it tells me that certain lines have more than 10% discount because it's not allowed. I can block the user. In my case, it's just a warning. I really wanted you to see that because this is what you get with the usability package. We have many videos out on YouTube. There are a lot of YouTube videos also for the usability extension already, and there's more to come. But please download the usability package. Try it out. You can get a free trial for 20 days. Try it. Do some examples. You will see how simple it is for you to use, and you will love it. All that stuff you usually say, oh, I wish it could do that, you most likely can do it with the usability package. And also follow us on YouTube, as I mentioned earlier, or write to us if you have any questions or suggestions, or go to our website, follow us on Twitter, on LinkedIn, so you stay informed. So when we have a new feature coming out, something new, you will get the information right away and can try it out. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope this was helpful, and watch out for some more videos. Thank you so much.